Hi guys, sorry there, we just got to our 30-minute YouTube limit on the last video.
Got carried away.
We got carried away, but I just want to say thank you very much for doing a great job there, Evelyn. And we want to see what you've got here, which is...
the slugs that weirdly enough have veins in them. So we're going to try a mad scientist experiment and see what happens. And if they're a burnout clutch, they're a burnout clutch. But if something hatches, I think it's probably going to teach us that maybe sometimes, what was it you're saying?
Science does change.
Science does change.
It's good to keep up to date with it and follow how science does progress and how things do change. And I think sometimes there's always exceptions to the rules, so we give them a go.
Like definitions of venom and poison and toxins and things like that.
Definitely.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah, I agree.
Right.
I agree.
So, do you want to do the honours of the door? Or do you want to put the eggs in? I don't mind. Do you want to put them in? You put them in.
You got it.
Okay. Right. Come on. You need to hatch. They won't fit.
Oh, sorry. If Matt can take the one off the bottom, and that will fit her. Not the one on the bottom. That's it. If you can lift that to the top. Yeah. If you've dropped that to the top.
Terrible preparation here. That was meant to be a smooth transition.
No, that's okay. It's okay. So
I was like, right, guys,
what we'll
breathe
do is
in.
we'll put these. What we'll do, Matt, is we'll put these in the middle. So if you lift the little one off there and put that on the top.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And then the big one will go in. That's it.
The green-handed one's a bit smaller.
That's right.
We're playing Snake Tetris.
Yes, absolutely. That's all good stuff. And you've got yourself a little incubator, haven't you? Because it will take 4 clutches, that incubator.
Thank you very much.
I can't remember if I gave you the egg boxes with those as well. Did you get?
You gave me one egg.
I've got some
one
more.
or two.
I've got some more if you need them to fit that incubator. Because Jad was bringing one out the other day, so we do have some more.
We are hopeful for our first clutch because Finn, my little debonair gentleman, went in with Calypso. So my snake basically abused Matt's story of her life.
I think it's a little bit more romantic than that.
And it was a lot more romantic. He was, you know, he sort of kind of felt like he eased her through the process, which was quite nice. Whereas when we put Sahira in with Angelo, he was the inexperienced one, she was experienced, and she basically flattened herself out and basically went, get to it, and he was like, ah! And so we don't know whether that's happened, but that we're hoping, aren't we?
Well, it's the beginning. If it isn't a lock, it's the beginning of the process, and sometimes you have to wait 2 or 3 months for a confirmed lock. And often, if their tails are together, they're resting between locks. So if they're tail to tail and you haven't seen a lock, the chances are they have locked.
Yeah.
Not guaranteed. The other thing is that boys can sometimes fire blanks, so sometimes the younger boys will be practicing, but then as they mature...
That's all the fun though, isn't it, practicing?
Well, yeah.
when we paired Typhon and Echidna together, they both lost their V-plates, I believe. And there was a lot of tail thumping and interesting mating rituals as they were both circulating around the rub with cloacas open. And scenting, shall we say, is the polite way of putting it.
Yeah, kind of gross.
Yeah, after there was much excitement and a lot of pheromones being released, they then settled down, so we left them to it to see how they get on. I've got, my fingers crossed for those guys, and I think there's a good chance that they may have. And after a while, they shared the same hot end. They were over each other a little bit, half and half here, not one squashing the other, and then they just kind of casually separated and laid next to each other, so I think that was good results.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
We were sat in the lounge watching TV and we had thud, 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 and naive maybe, but I always thought that because they were active at night time, because the whole family were in the lounge and everything, that they might be a bit shy. Absolutely not. They're thud, 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 all the kids are in there. Finn put his face to the front of the rub and was eyeballing the children whilst he was doing his business. I'm like, that's highly inappropriate, Phineas. So they just don't care, do they?
He was a clown, he did find it very funny.
He did find it funny, yeah. He's got a brilliant sense of humour.
I think it's brilliant what's going on there. I'm so pleased that it's all moving in the right direction. Now, we've got to get back to our female that's having this bath, because we don't want her to get cold. No. But before we take her out of the bath, and obviously, Nat, you're good at bathing snakes. They need a bit of love and TLC. You'll need to take the egg residue off, and the reason why we take the egg residue off is so they go back on food quicker.
Yes.
If they think they're sitting on eggs, if they think they're scented still, they will still wrap around themselves, and they may not necessarily feed.
So you need a system reset, so spritz,
and then Matt, your job will be to clean her tub and give her fresh new cocoa.
Yeah.
Clean her water bowl.
Yeah.
And then that's the process of actually breeding, is that you prepare. I should have prepared one earlier, but why don't we go through the process? So
Okay.
if I first of all take Nat to the bathing area and we'll get her cleaned up.
That's an offer I can't refuse, Paul.
Roman bath. Half Italian and all that. Sorry.
Don't laugh, you'll stitch.
You guys do that, I'll be the cameraman.
But Matt, no, what we could do is...
Hashtag only snakes.
We've got the rug here anyway, so Matt, are you happy just to clean this one out?
Yeah,
what we do is we recycle the cocoa. It goes in the garden. You'll see where my beautiful Roman grapes are.
Yep.
And whoever goes out there is allowed to have themselves to fresh grapes and plums.
Beautiful.
So if you feel peckish, because this beautiful family brought me some wonderful apples from their garden last week.
Yes.
And I want you guys to go home with a couple of kilograms of plums. You can make some lovely jam, or you can make some beautiful fruits or crumbles. And
very trusting,
enjoy.
Accepted apples from a witch.
Well, there we go.
And he's not dead, so yeah, screw you, Snow White.
There's no venom in your apples anyway.
No, I don't have the teeth for it.
Let's have a look. So are you okay with that, Matt?
Yeah,
so,
absolutely fine.
And maybe you can give the bowl a really thorough clean,
Yeah,
a good
of course.
scrub down.
Will do.
I broke the sprayer on my reptile-friendly antiseptic, so you have to pour it and then give it a good scrub. But I need to get a new sprayer. Old school. Old school
Imagine
approach.
that you're baptising it.
No new approaches, going for the old school.
So now let's go and have a look and see how this girl's doing.
Hi, baby.
See how she's doing there. So look, she wants to come out. She's had a good bath. And while she's in there, you can just run her through your fingers. Just give her a nice little wash. Now some people make the mistake, in my opinion, probably get a bit of criticism for this, but in my opinion, they put in soap into the water.
What? Oh, I've seen people put Dawn dish soap in for like mite infections and things.
Well, they do that also when they clean females. Now, I've learnt from a top breeder that actually they rehydrate because they drink their bath water.
Yeah.
So they'd be drinking something which won't be good for them, which is basically very soapy.
Dish soap, yeah.
So I never use that now.
Yeah.
And my snakes are doing absolutely fine. So water itself and the cleansing, you can use a reptile spray on them, which is friendly if you wanted to really get them clean. But you know what? It hasn't got to be absolutely perfect.
When you think about when humans sit in baths, it doesn't matter what we put in, we're still sat in our own water. It's all about the process of the washing and the drying, isn't it, really?
Absolutely. So
there we go.
But she looks pretty good, considering she's given us a clutch. She's not as thin
as you thought she might be.
The other thing I forgot to mention is you're supposed to check to make sure she's got no eggs in her tummy as well, because before she goes into the bath, if she was to release a large egg, say, and let's say she wasn't complete, the danger there would be that she could release it in the water and could actually ruin the egg. So you put your thumb down her like this, and you just feel for eggs, and I can feel for eggs myself.
You can see that her tummy's going flat, so there's nothing. And she's drenched.
If she produced a really big clutch and used a lot of her body power, she would be hollowed out. You'd see them literally hollowed out. And you run your thumb down the belly, and then you can check to see there's no other eggs in there. But she's not hollowed out. She hasn't really given.
She wants to come out now.
Yeah.
She's had a good bath.
Yeah. So well done. That's lovely. Now we'll come out of Matt's way now. Matt can clean that up. There is some.
She can dry off on me.
That one's for that one will be, so it'll be this one over here. That's it. There should be, where is it? Here it is. You have to pour it on there because the sprayer gave up the ghost. You can rinse that in water first if you want to, Matt.
Yeah, I think I will do since you guys are
Go in there and rinse that out, and then it's a paper towel jobby. So Evelyn, did you want to pick up another snake to handle while we're doing this? Is there only one particular one that you'd like to have a look at? Do you want to have a look at my latest babies?
Yes, please.
Yeah, okay.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, so the ones that we've got over here are my pride and joy. We've got the it's a DG Pie clutch, leopard DG Pie. These were just shed out yesterday.
Oh, so cute.
We won't handle them because they're going to be feeding in a couple of days. But what do you think of those?
They are absolutely adorable.
Thank you. And we were very lucky with the odds because we should have hit maybe one DG Pied, but we hit 2, and one of them is at least leopard, which makes it even better. It was like a 1 out of 4 odds, and we had 6 eggs.
I saw one of them and I was like, my favourite.
So do you like the look of this one?
Oh, so cute. Love the like little white gaps between.
Yeah.
It's very
Do you like the pied? And
spaced out.
you see the little emoji on there as well, isn't it pretty?
Yeah. After bells with Astra, I've been really liking hides.
Oh, excellent. I'm so glad that you've got some pies. Aurora's a beautiful girl, isn't she? So I'm glad that you're really enjoying this as well. But you've got now, was it 2 snakes for yourself?
Yes,
yeah.
2 snakes.
So your 2 snakes are?
Astra and Valkyrie.
Valkyrie. I think you've chosen really well. And I think you've had what they call the avatar experience, which is where you bond with your snake and your snake bonds with you.
Yeah.
And I think that's definitely happened in your case. And
Especially
I'd love to see that.
Valkyrie.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm looking forward to what you're going to achieve with her in terms of not just your friendship, but she may come into the breeding at some point. Would you like to breed with your snakes, or are you going to keep them as pets?
I think it's both, in a way.
Absolutely.
Also breeding, but also having them as like little buddies.
Absolutely.
So it's a good mix of both.
Absolutely.
Well, all of our snakes are growth, really, aren't they? They're family, so you're expecting sort of babies from them, but they're family.
Absolutely. And you can have both. A lot of people, I think big breeders who've got so big collections, they find it really hard to maintain that relationship because there's so many.
Well, that's why when we come round, we just raid your stash and just pull them all out.
I love it because they get so much good enrichment because they need to be handled, they need to be looked after. Obviously, some snakes don't want to be handled as much.
Yeah.
But in the reality is you can discern which snake needs attention. Now when you walked into the facility, the reason you had ice on your neck, she was gagging to love you, wasn't she? She was literally...
she was trying to push the tub open.
Yeah.
She's my friend. I think the thing is, snakes recognise keepers and they recognise people, and she obviously associates us with you, and I think she also associates whenever she sees me, it means she gets put out around my neck and we go for walks around your beautiful garden.
Yes.
So she's probably like, oh look, my buddy's here for a play date. So
that's fantastic. And while
They're a lot more
Matt's
intelligent than people give them credit for, aren't they?
oh, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Now Matt, so talking of intelligence, coming back to the article you sent me, now I've done my research prior to my comment to Jared about Venom and the fact that I believe that all snakes have some degree of bacteria in their saliva, and therefore but Matt very kindly did some research for me and dug even deeper. He sent me a couple of articles. Now,
is this your phone?
Yeah. Shall I just see what Matt's come up with, or you can read it if you like. It's up to you. Do you want to read it? Or Matt wants to read it, or I can read it?
Well, Matt's scrubbing an enclosure. I'm giving Pringles some TLC. Do you want to give me the camera?
Let's set the scene first. So I've got here John's initial message. So John Williams is his name. Actually, can you hold that for me and I can focus in on it? Thank you. So this is John's message, which I just wanted to share with the community so you can see where he's coming from. And now John has got a good sense of humour. That's it. So it says, you better watch out, not those...
Do you want me to read it for you?
Oh yeah, could you go to the very first message, yeah.
Okay, so, you better watch out for those hypodermic needle fangs. Ball pythons must have very small venom glands, loads of laugh faces. Not very educational, my good man. Best do your research, keep them coming, cheers.
It did make me laugh, I must admit.
Yeah. So you put, you're so funny, John. I am aware that they do not have venomous fangs, but they do have anticoagulant saliva that thins the blood of their prey. This may not fit the traditional view, but modern opinion sees the saliva as a mild type of venom, which is why I decided to correct my son. And you've done a lot of research into this, because this is the thing, things change. It's all about staying up to date and educating yourself.
Murder Dragons.
Yes.
But also, you don't have to dig that deep, because if you're watching some of the top end breeders, they discuss this issue all the time. So to me it's common knowledge, but I'm just surprised that someone that's been in the hobby for so long is actually unaware of that.
Well, he did respond.
Okay.
There's been a big difference. Oh, sorry, John, you meant difference. Between venom and poison. There's loads of commas there, so poison. So yes, the antibacteria in reptiles' mouth would be poison, not venom. Pause. You get the gist of it. I mean, to be honest with you, there's a child here, so I can't say what I want to say, but John, you are the human version of buffering. Anyway, and the commas just say it all. But anyway, let me give you your phone so you can put the information right, because I feel like you made the comment. You need to be the one to educate.
Well, let's have a look, because Matt actually, independent of my own views, has come up with his own analysis as well, because he wanted to just check into more detail. Now, I've got here a lovely message from Matt, and it's in 3 parts, and I'll have to just try and read that in 3 parts. So this is from ChatGPT.
Do you want me to turn the camera out and hold it on you?
Yeah,
Here we go.
Thank you.
You don't need to stare at my mug.
Okay.
Right.
So, good evening, brother. No, let me make sure I get this right. Hang on a minute. Let me just start at the beginning. Sorry. Good evening, brother. That's really a good question. So, I think Matt asked the question. Technically, let's see if I got this question right. Technically, non-venomous, do they have something in them or on their teeth that is venomous, toxic, or poisonous? Was the question. And then you got an answer back saying, good evening, brother. That's really a good question. You're right. Royal pythons or ball pythons are considered non-venomous constrictors, and they don't produce venom in the way vipers, cobras, or even rear-fanged snakes do. But here's the deeper truth, and this is the bit I want to get across to John. Mild toxic proteins in saliva. Recent studies on many snakes, even some traditionally considered non-venomous, show that they actually have primitive venom genes in most constrictors, and these include pythons. And these proteins are so weak they don't affect humans or prey in any meaningful way. And that was the point I was trying to make to Jared, is that Jared thought there was completely non-venomous, and I said actually, on a technicality, every snake has a degree of venom in them.
It's just some of it is like a spider bite. It just won't affect anything.
Yeah, certain mild venoms actually won't affect us. I mean, I got bitten the other day, and the saliva went into my wound, and it bled very, very much. And this is confirmation as to what we're saying, is because if you get bitten by a ball python, it will take longer for that to heal than perhaps if you were to scrape it up on the road, or say you had a fall. And
well, look at a cat scratch or a cat bite, how they can turn and go really, really nasty, and that's obviously the bacteria and everything that's involved with that one.
So if we move on, it says here that so while technically they may have a trace remnants of venom-like proteins in their saliva, they are functionally harmless, and that was the point I was making. I think John's just blowing it out of proportion in my book.
making out that you've got pit vipers disguised as ball pythons.
I mean, it's laughable really, because it's such a weak argument. But like most reptiles, their mouths carry a load of bacteria. If a bite punches the skin, infection is the real danger, not the venom. That's why keeping the wound clean is important. Not venomous and not poisonous is the next part. They are not venomous, they don't inject toxins, and they are not poisonous, their bodies aren't toxic to eat or touch. They kill prey purely through constriction, cutting off circulation and suffocating it. So of course we all know that, and that's why they're constrictors. So, while some might technically say they are vestigial venom, let me just see if I've got another part of this. So while scientists might technically say that they are vestigial venom genes in pythons, in practice royal pythons are completely safe in that regard.
So it's remnants of venom on a low-key microscopic level, but not enough to affect anything.
That's right.
So technically, yes, they do carry a form of venom, but you wouldn't class them as venomous because it wouldn't kill an ant.
Exactly. Exactly. So it says here, would you like me to break down how this connects to the whole Toxicophera hypothesis, the idea that almost all modern reptiles share ancient venom ancestry, or do you want me to keep it simple and practical?
Let's keep it simple for John.
Okay.
He can Google.
So keeping it simple, they do have those glands. They do have those glands, John.
Yes, John.
But the effects are extremely weak and almost not worth noting.
So most people don't note them. So ergo, there are absolutely no traces of venom at all.
So we consider them safe for us to handle. Exactly, brother. Keeping it simple.
Just like John.
Yes, they still carry that ancient venom gland genes. In royals, these proteins are so weak they don't affect us or their prey in any meaningful way. That's why we treat them as non-venomous and safe to handle.
Wonderful, and thank you actually, because I think that's something that taking this sort of bit of banter and sort of boomerang it back on you that's been going on away, I think that's actually a really, really interesting fact that a lot of people don't know. And I think that's the thing with a lot
Jared
of these...
didn't know that. He was indoctrinated by the traditional view.
Well, I'll be honest with you, I had no idea either. I thought with a lot of like these reptiles, it was sort of like, oh well, it's bacterial, etc. But there's been, I believe it was Matt that was saying that it was the Komodo dragon, that everyone was like, no, it's all bacterial. And then they found out actually they do have a form of venom. So, when you put things under microscopes and with scientific advances, we're actually learning all the time that, oh bugger, we might actually be incorrect on the initial thing. Same as like when you look at the snake behaviour, people who go, oh yeah, they're too stupid to have an emotional bond, and actually, no, they absolutely do have emotional bonds.
Thank you so much, Nat, for saying that. Also, I'd like to thank Matt for sending me that really, really good article that he found, and it didn't take him that long. Obviously, with technology nowadays and science, science is always changing, and therefore truth will change, because people's perception of truth will change as scientific analysis and the more detailed tests that we do on these animals, we learn more and more. So I think it's wrong for us to be stuck in our traditional ways. Open our minds, be humble enough to be teachable, and let's not be arrogant, and let's not try and make out we know all things and we're going to be in control of the community. We need to have humility. Even the top breeders who've got much more knowledge than us stay humble and teachable.
Absolutely.
And that's what the message I'm trying to get across here, is that let's not pretend we know it all. There's so many people out there that think they know it all.
Yeah.
And let's be humble, let's be teachable. Hopefully, John, you appreciate the effort we've gone to help educate you better. But thank you so much for your feedback, because it really has highlighted a point that I think a lot of the community may not be aware. So thank you for your feedback. And thank you, Nat, for your wonderful contribution as well. Thank you, Matt.
Yeah, the most venomous thing in this room, John, is me. But
right. Go on.
I was just going to say, like, if you look at the original sort of ways of snake keeping, it's gone from maternal incubation to we're like, oh look, if we put them in an incubator and warm the eggs up, things are always changing. And it's about like exactly what you said, remaining humble, remaining open-minded, and assuming that you don't know everything. Because if you are the smartest person in the room, you are in the wrong room.
Thank you, Nat. So we're going to finish the video with putting our lovely girl back. She's been beautifully bathed by Nat. And Matt, you've cleaned her up for us. And is it a question of just putting some cocoa in now? I've got the cocoa. So let's do that next stage. If Matt could bring that forward. And the water bowl, has that been cleaned as well? Okay. So maybe we could is that okay, Matt? Sorry, I don't mean to make you.
That's ready to go.
Thank you. So there we go. So Matt's done a really good job there. You can see that all the remnants of any egg residue have been taken away. She's got a nice, clean, fresh rod system. And that's the process. So that took a good 10 minutes to do that. So you can tell that Matt's very thorough. He doesn't
No, he is very meticulous because he's an engineer by trade.
Right.
He's incredibly meticulous at everything he does.
I like that. Now, the large cocoa bedding is actually on the other trolley, so I'm going to pull that one out, if I may. And we'll just take some of that. And Evelyn, do you want to help set up the cocoa? So come and give us a hand. So Evelyn's been so helpful today, very appreciative. It's always a pleasure having your family over.
That's because we're so amazing.
And humble, Evelyn. And absolutely, we're talking about the importance of humility, but confidence too.
So here we have ready-made cocoa. Now, it's always good to have some of this available because you never know when you need it.
Oh, it's a godsend having it made up, isn't it?
Viper bedding. So we'd also, we've got plenty more Viper bedding. So if anyone needs any Viper bedding, do give us a shout because we can get it in bulk. And we can get a good price for you on it, and we can save on delivery charges because we get a ton of it every month. And what you want to do there, and then if you go in with that bucket, and then it stops it from falling on the floor. So we do 3 of those in there.
So
just pour it in. That's lovely. That's lovely. And we'll do probably 3 of those, maybe 4. So this is really good, very, very good Viper bedding. It's all been pressure cleaned. It's all been you know that when you actually buy Viper bedding, you can rely on it, and I think
Yeah.
that's so important. It's so important to be very happy with your substrate. Matt's going to set me up later with, I bought another little terrarium, terrarium, sorry. Sorry, my dyslexic kicks in.
Oh, it's his age, don't worry,
Yeah.
he's been at it for ages today.
And we're going to set up an area for our new species that we're bringing into the facility, which is called...
Clay spectres.
Yeah, which is lovely. And we'll do one more on that. And Matt's going to show me how to do it. He's going to give me some eggs and make sure that the humidity levels are all right. And we're hopefully going to hatch our little baby stick insects to add to our facility. We've got a hognose snake I haven't shown you in the facility now.
Oh, amazing. That is venomous, by the way.
Yes. Well, they're all venomous, remember?
Oh yeah, absolutely. But this one's got to chew on you a bit.
Oh no, that one's only semi-venomous.
Quasi-venomous.
So I might just put, thank you for doing that, I might just put one more little bit at the back there. So this is lovely because it allows you to spot clean, and she will absolutely adore this. And what we'll do is we'll also spray it down a little bit to keep the humidity up.
She's at the edge of the video.
That's lovely.
She is. She's project managing. You can see at the edge of the video, she's watching what you're doing, Paul. And
You're
making...
doing a good job, Paul.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
She's about 6 years of age, I think. So she's given us no, she's more than that. She's about 7 or 8 years of age because she's given us nearly 3 clutches.
Yeah, 2017 she was born.
2017, so that makes her 8. Wow. So you can see I like to kind of spray this down. And the reason for that is that when you produce your cocoa, I always keep it reasonably dry, so it doesn't mould in your container.
Yeah.
And then you top up when you use it, and when it's breathable. Because the big mistake people make is when they're producing cocoa, they make it saturated to the point where it moulds in your box.
Yeah.
And therefore, what you want to do is you make it up in small doses, keep it drier,
Yep.
and then top up when you use it.
Yeah, especially like with our snakes, because where it's like the summer, you know, you've got your humidity on, but they where
Absolutely.
they're all bowl wrapping
Yeah.
and jumping in and out of their water bowls. You open it up, and you've got one, haven't you, that thinks
Yes.
it's a water snake?
Yes. Okay, that's wonderful.
Right.
So, I think we're now ready to put her into a new box.
Amazing.
Cool. And another little thing when we're talking about the cleanliness and the quality of your substrate
Yes.
is
There we
that
go, Pringle.
obviously you've got to watch out for things like mites, which is good housekeeping,
Yes.
the way you look after your snakes.
There we go.
Yeah.
If you do get some little white ones in there, some of them are actually called springtails, and they're actually quite good to
Yes.
have in there.
Yes.
Because they are friendly.
There we go.
They're good news.
Thank
Oh,
you.
did you want anything?
Absolutely.
Oh! She's like, no,
She's
I'm done.
enjoying this, isn't
I'm
she?
done. I've
What a-
been in here for ages.
That's lovely.
I'm
You guys have
coming
done a
out.
fantastic job there. And it's all good practice for when you have your first clutch.
Yep.
So well done, you guys.
Right. Alright.
There we go. So, I think we'll say our goodbyes now because we've got 1 minute left on the video. I'd like to thank Matt, Nat and Evelyn for coming today. It's been lovely to have you here. Thank you so much for all your help.
Thanks, we love coming hanging out with you.
We will definitely shoot another video for your channel too. So
Yes.
remember, what's the name of your channel?
Lunar Coil.
Luna Coils.
Everyone's welcome. I'm
Go
dreading it.
Go give them a follow. Go give them some love and
Thank you.
some positive vibe, please.
Yeah,
And,
John, don't just.
No, you'd invite John, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
John can tag along. it'll be
John,
fine.
yeah, John, come along. Let's not talk about venom or poison.
Let's have a laugh.
All right. And we'll say goodbye for now, and we'll see you next time. Bye
Thanks
bye
for
now.
tuning in, guys.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye. Bye. And just press the red button.